Good evening everyone. Welcome to Crack Grade B to another session of PIB. Okay, so today we will discuss the part 2 of November PIB because in the last class we couldn't complete the entire PIB for the November. So first of all, please confirm once, am I audible and clearly visible? Okay, so let's start with the first news. So the first news is Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance host APG annual typologies workshop in association with Asia Pacific Group on money laundering and the World Bank. So basically typologies in money laundering are techniques that are used to do money laundering and terror financing. Okay, so such typologies on workshop has been created by the World Bank and the Asia Pacific Group. Yearly typologies workshop are held by the APG to bring together experts and APG delegates to discuss money laundering, terror financing. There were 23 typologies that have been held since APG's formation in 1997. So this number is important. Till now 23 typologies have already been conducted, and this is the first in-person workshop that has been organized after a gap of 8 years. Okay, sorry, not 8 years, after 2018. Okay, so a total of 26 jurisdictions are participating in the workshop, and the report features a focus section on virtual asset services providers in recognition to the threat they possess for money laundering, terror financing and proliferation financing. So money laundering, as you all know, transferring money from one origin to another origin or destination, okay, without giving the complete transaction details. So passing on money without any legal authority. Okay, without any legal authority means that any person is involved in the transaction and it is passing on money to some other and then to other without any legitimate transaction. Okay, so terror financing, that various individuals finance terrors, including various organizations that are illegal. Okay, and proliferation financing is the financing of substances that are proliferating in nature. That means nuclear weapons, like biological weapons. These are all proliferation kind of things, and financing of such proliferation weapons like bioweapons is also under money laundering. Okay, so focused on these areas, 3 broad streams, that is virtual assets, illegal fishing and tax crime. So workshop is divided in 3 areas, that is virtual assets, illegal fishing and tax crime. So virtual assets are basically those values which can be traded digitally. Okay, the value is appear digitally and can be used for transaction. Illegal fishing means that a person or an email ID portray themselves or that email ID or a particular source as legitimate, but it is not legitimate source. Like in illegal fishing, what they do basically, like there is some legitimate website, say www.helpdesk.com. okay, so this is the legitimate website, let's suppose. But what illegal fishing will do, they will copy the same website at www.help. The spelling of desk is DESK. They will change the spelling only with the one letter and will say .com. So we will not pay that much attention. There is minor changes in the original website and the website that are created by the individuals that are involved in illegal fishing. Okay, and tax crimes. Tax crimes involves like a tax evasion, underreporting of income, window dressing of balance sheets. Okay, not giving all the details of the income and profits, that is covered under tax crime. Now World Bank is delivering an ML, that is money laundering tax crime training exercise, and will cover various facets. with a whole of government approach. Whole of government approach means various ministries and government departments will come together and will provide the participation and will provide the support in approaching the tax crime, various sources of information, beneficial ownership, tax crime as a predicate offense, international cooperation, organization of evidence and typologies. Okay. Department of Financial Services to discuss issues related to cyber security in the financial service sector and increasing incidence of recent online financial frauds. So basically this is a cyber security issues related. So basically issues that are related to online fraud or any cyber security threat. So there have been reported that 70 lakh mobile connections were involved in cyber crime and financial frauds, and out of that rupees 900 crore defrauded money has been saved. So our department have saved 900 crore of money and benefited 3.5 lakh victims of the cyber security fraud. Some of the issues that were discussed in the is that the renewed focus on facilitating seamless coordination. So basically they focused on that the various financial institutions including banks and other organizations should come together and coordinate. What it will benefit, that it will benefit like this: if information is coordinated between different financial institutions, then each information will be available to every financial institution. For example, if there is an individual who is frauding all the banks, or there is a report that this particular individual has taken money and went out, then there is no coordination if we talk about the outer organizations. So when there is a coordination between the police, banks and financial entities for real-time tracking and blocking of defrauded money. So if we instantly take the action that is in real time and there is a coordination between police, bank and financial institution, then it will be easier for blocking defrauded money. Okay, bringing all financial institutions together including non-banking financial companies, major cooperative banks on citizens financial cyber fraud reporting and management system platform, wherein 259 financial intermediaries are already onboarded. So they will try to bring all, currently 259 financial intermediaries are already there, but they are trying to make sure that more entities, more financial entities will come on the platform and they will share the information. Next is strategy to tackle menace of mule account by banks. Now what are mule accounts? Mule account is basically an account where say a person A and B are involved in some transaction, but they will not transfer the money directly to each other. They will transfer the money to another entity C, and this C will transfer the money to D. So there will be involvement of this third party, and this will transform the money to another party, and there will be a chain without knowing that the transaction took place between A and B and the money originated from here basically, right? So we will say that the account of C is a mule account, and C will charge commission that is illegal on such transactions to make it legitimate. It will look like legitimate transactions. Okay. Banks to improve the response time in handling the alerts on online financial fraud received from different agencies. See, the major task in identifying the original criminal that is involved in the financial fraud or any cyber fraud is very difficult. It becomes very difficult as time passes. So they are trying that in real time basis, and there will be quick action for such defrauded money will be taken by the bank, so that it will be easier or it will make more efficient to handle such complaints or frauds. Okay. Appointment of regional state level nodal officers by the banks and financial institutions to cater to the requirement of law. Okay, this is easy. KYC, as you all know what is the purpose of KYC. Then whitelisting of digital lending. Whitelisting of digital lending app means that they will create a list in which the name of the applications, the name of the company, the email address of the company, the IP address, the domain name, system name, everything will be listed, so that if there is any email that is not from the whitelisting of the company, that is not included in the whitelist, will be marked as fraud. Okay, it will help the stakeholders. And last is banning of unregulated lending activities under the act. Okay, so everything is clear till now? Okay. Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence in Cinema. So, renowned Hollywood actor and producer Michael Douglas was honored with the prestigious award, that is Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement. This will be 1 mark question, so nothing more to remember in this one. 4th edition of ASEAN India Grassroots Innovation Forum launched in Langkawi, Malaysia on 28th of November. The place is important. The aim, that is basically it will provide the cooperation in science, technology and innovation in India and ASEAN member states. Okay. While on one side it aims to give exposure to social innovations in different countries, it also strengthens the governance in grassroots innovation ecosystem. MOU signed between Department of Social Justice and Empowerment and Sri Ramchandra Mission under Nasha Mukti Bharat Abhiyan. So since 2022, the ministry, that is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, is trying to make India free of abusive drugs and illegal substances that is being consumed by the youngsters of our country and various individuals, because it spoiled their life, not completely but also the lives of the people associated with them. Okay, like their families. So this doesn't affect just one individual, it will affect the entire family. So it is very important to cater such problems with a special focus on higher education institutes, university campus, school, reaching out into community and garnering community involvement and ownership of the Abhiyan. Now, what are the achievements of the program till now? That it has various activities undertaken on ground, 10.72 plus crore people. Okay, 8,000 master volunteers have been selected and trained till now. 3.38 crore youth have actively participated in the activities, and the contribution of women 2.27 crore. Okay, to large community through Anganwadis and Asha workers. So the work and contribution of Anganwadis and Asha workers were also highlighted in the report and achievements of this mission. Okay. Also, technology and social media have been effectively utilized to spread the message. An Android-based mobile application has been developed to capture the data of activities happening. And last is, all the de-addiction facilities have been geotagged. This is the important achievement because it will help in integrating the data by the ministry. Okay. Yes, everything is clear till now? 18th National Review Meeting of Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities of States and UTs. Implementation of rights of persons with disabilities under right of person. So you have to remember the addition basically, and this review meeting was basically to discuss the rights of persons with disabilities and what will be the new strategies that can be developed. So the edition is important, 18th edition, okay. This news is particularly very important because it is related to PVTGs. So Cabinet approves Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan, PN Janman. Okay, you have to remember the full form of the scheme. Okay, so outlay of the scheme is 24,104 crores, and this is particularly to improve the socio-economic and standard of living of particularly vulnerable tribal group. Okay, so there are various components how it will help PVTGs. It is not just focusing on bringing the saturation of PVTGs in drinking water supply and basic facilities like education and food, shelter, but also it is catering the needs of PVTG. There's a component that they will focus on the higher level now, broader level. Now what is that? First of all, an amount of 15,000 crore will be made available to implement the mission in the next 3 years. This timeline is very important under the Development Action Plan for Scheduled Tribes. India has ST population of 10.45 crore as per 2011 census, and these PVTGs continue to face vulnerability in social, economic and educational field. So the PM Janman, comprising central sector and centrally sponsored scheme to focus on 11 critical interventions through 9 ministries including Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So you have to remember that 9 ministries are included and will work together to achieve the 11 critical areas of PVTGs. Now what are these 11 critical areas? These are very important. Okay, there can be a question directly. Provision of Pakka House. Providing Pakka House, connecting roads, okay, piped water supply, community water supply, mobile medical units with medicine cost, construction of hostels, vocational education and skilling, construction of Anganwadi centers, construction of multi-purpose center, energizing of HHS, last mile connectivity. This was also included in the budget, okay. Solar lighting in streets and MPCs, setting up of VDVKs, installation of mobile towers, okay. Ministry of Ayush will set up Ayush Wellness Center as per existing norms, and Ayush facilities will be extended to PVTG habitations through mobile medical units. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship will facilitate the skill and vocational training. Okay, so which ministry will facilitate the skill and vocational training is important. Okay. Next, Cabinet approves terms of reference for the 16th Finance Commission. So term of reference under Article 281, that 16th Finance Commission will be set up. Okay, and the commission to make recommendation on the following. What are these? The distribution of net proceeds of tax between union and states, allocation between states of respective shares of such proceeds, grant in aid, and the revenues of the states. Okay, and the 15th Finance Commission was constituted on 27/11/2017 for making recommendation for 5 years that will end in 24-25. So this 16th Finance Commission will come in 2026. Okay, and under clause 1 of Article 280 of the Constitution, the Finance Commission is to be constituted every 5th year or earlier. Okay, free food grains for 81.35 crore beneficiaries for 5 years under PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana for a period of 5 years, and this period will start from 1st January 2024. Free of cost grain and under one nation, one ration card. Next news. Cabinet approves continuation of centrally sponsored scheme for fast track special courts, as you all know, for further 3 years. So the scheme has been extended till 31st March 2026. Fast track special courts were set up for the speedy investigation and speedy judgments of the cases. Okay, and there can be a question from this, that from where the funding of the scheme is taken. It is taken from the Nirbhaya fund. Okay, the central share is to be funded from Nirbhaya fund. The scheme was launched on 2nd of October 2019. Okay, and the scheme is implemented by Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay. Next, Cabinet approves central sector scheme for providing drones to the women self-help group. See, this scheme is particularly important. First, because this is a unique kind of scheme, that is for drones for this self-help group, and there is more terms in related to financial, that how much financing is available, what are the terms and conditions. So this is a new news, and there can be a question. It is very important. So please read it carefully. That outlay is 1261 crore. First thing is outlay, that we have to remember in every scheme. Second is the time period, from 2024-25 to 25-26 it will be implemented. This scheme aims to provide 15,000 provide drones to 15,000 selected women self-help group. So this number is important. There can be a direct question. Okay, 15,000. Highlights of the scheme. Highlights are very important. It will look lengthy, but you have to remember only the crux of the scheme. Okay, so the central financial assistance at 80% of the cost of drone and accessories. Okay, charges up to a maximum of 8 lakh will be provided. So 80% assistance, this sentence is important, and charges up to maximum of 8 lakh will be provided. B is that cluster level federation of self-help group may raise the balance amount as loan under the National Agriculture Infra Financing. This point is important. Interest subvention 3% on the AIF loan will be provided. One of the members of the women self-help group who is well qualified. This statement is also important, that there should be one woman in self-help group which should be 18 years above and will be elected by the State Rural Livelihood Mission and lead fertilizer companies for 15-day training. So they will provide training to this woman, and comprising of 5-day mandatory drone pilot training and additional 10-day training for agriculture purpose of nutrient and pesticide application. See, you just have to remember that there will be a woman that is to be selected from women self-help group which is 18 years and above, and there will be 15-day training provided to that woman. 5 for pilots for pilot of drone, how drone will work and what are the directions to work to make drone work, and 10 days training for agriculture purpose. Okay. LFCs will also promote use of nano fertilizers such as nano urea and nano DAP. Okay, and the scheme will be infusing advanced technologies in agriculture. So this basically focus on women self-help group and agriculture. Okay, training is important. How much interest subvention is there? What is the financing? That is 80%. Okay. Consumer Protection Act 2019 alerting consumer against purchase of asset on e-commerce platform. So there are new rules now for purchasing of assets. The government came up with many conditions and terms for purchasing asset. Now we'll look at what are those conditions. Under consumer rights as defined under section 2 subsection 9 of the act include the right to be protected against the marketing of goods, products and services which are hazardous to life and property. So under this section, the following terms and conditions are there to purchase the asset, that is banning over the counter sale of asset corrosive unless the seller maintains a logbook. Okay. Sale will be made only when the buyer produces a photo ID issued by the government, or he or she will be above the 18 years of age. So you have to provide the valid ID of the government, that is issued by the government, and the age criteria is 18 and above. And only those sellers can sell the corrosive or hazardous material like asset who maintains a logbook, and over the counter sale is prohibited. The logbook or register should also specify the reason, purpose for procuring asset. Okay. All stocks of asset must be declared by the seller with the concerned sub-divisional magistrate, that is SDM, within 15 days. And in case of undeclared stock, it will be open to the concerned SDM to confiscate the stock and fine and put a penalty of rupees 50,000. The concerned SDM may impose a fine of 50,000 on any person who commits breach of any of the above directions. Okay. So a penalty of 50,000 for undeclared hazardous substances is there. Okay. Government of India and Government of Manipur signed peace agreement. So there is a agreement now between the United National Liberation Front and Government of India to end militancy and promote development. So this is a landmark achievement because after a long time, this is the first time a valley-based Manipuri armed group has agreed to return the mainstream by abjuring violence and agreeing to the honor of the Constitution of India. So it is a landmark achievement. So the name of the state is very important, that is, it has been signed with the Manipur. Himachal Pradesh Police Orchestra performs at the closing ceremony of International Film Festival of India. So, Harmony of the Pines, Himachal Pradesh Police Orchestra, this is Harmony of the Pines, is a remarkable music ensemble originated in 1996. Okay, it started with only 7 members and this recognition made them the first band in India to represent the khaki uniform on national and international stages. See, this is happening for the first time. So the name of the state and the name of the orchestra is very important because it is for the first time that such orchestra has been performed in the khaki uniform at national and international stage. Okay. India's bioeconomy recorded 12 times increase in last 10 years as said by Dr. Jitendra Singh. So this is on the silver jubilee of National Plant Computational Biology and Bioinformatics Facility. India's bioeconomy stood at $10 billion and today it is $120 billion. So there is a 12 times increase in the bioeconomy and it is expected to have a bioeconomy of $300 billion by 2030. As I have already told you that any target that is given in the PIB is very important because there might be or might not be a question on directly on the target, but it tells us about the focus of the government, that it is focusing on green hydrogen, it is focusing on bioeconomy, it is focusing on startups, it is focusing on renewable energy. So everything related to such statements and targets becomes very important, whether it is a scheme or some program or conferences. Okay, that's why it is included in PIB. The minister was happy to note that India produces 74% of the global chickpea output and it can be a good source of foreign exchange. And also Dr. Jitendra Singh said that India is poised to be among the top 5 global biomanufacturing hubs by 2025. In the top 5. Okay. Next news. Periodic Labour Force Survey, Quarterly Bulletin. This is data from July to September. NSSO launched the periodic survey, and the objective is primarily twofold. The first is to estimate the key employment and unemployment indicators, and second is to estimate the employment and unemployment indicators both in usual status and CWS, that is current weekly status, both in rural and urban areas. Under this, you don't have to remember all the data. The overall employment rate, the rate of female is more important in rural areas and urban areas, and what is the addition of the periodic labor force survey. Okay, so this is the 19th quarterly bulletin that has been released starting from quarter October-December 2018. Okay, this was the first quarter, and there are the following indicators. First is the labor force participation, that what is the percentage of the labor force as compared to the total population. First is worker population ratio, that is percentage of employed person in the population. Third is unemployment rate, that is percentage of unemployed against the person in the labor force. So labor force we calculate in percentage divided by total population, and in unemployment rate we will divide the rate by labor force. Okay, and fourth is the current weekly status, determined on the basis of a reference period last 7 days preceding the date of the survey. Means if the survey is released on 8th of September, the last 7 days will be taken as the current weekly status. Okay, yes, any doubt? Last 3 months is important, Abhi. As I have observed in recent exams, most of the questions were asked from PIB. First thing, okay, and second thing that they focus more on the previous month. See, like if exam is happening in November, they will focus more on October and September specifically. Okay, if exam is happening in December, they will focus more on October, November and September. Okay, 80 to 85% paper will be from last 3 months. See, the PIB of November, only 2-3 news are most important, rest of are facts only. You can read on your own, hai na? That's why it feels a little lengthy. But in December PIB, that I will take tomorrow or day after tomorrow, that is from 1st to 5th December. That is important because in December our government is focusing on the status of various schemes. So what achievements have been done in the schemes and what are the important schemes, that I will discuss, okay, in the next PIB. Okay, coming back onto the news. So 19 quarterly bulletins are already released, and this is the 20th edition, okay, of the bulletin, that is from July to September 2023. Sample design of PLFS. In this rational panel scheme, each selected household in the urban area, see what they do, this statement is important. Why? See, they will visit 4 times. They will visit each house 4 times, okay, in the beginning. The first visit is scheduled and the thrice periodically later with the revisit schedule. The scheme of rotation ensures that 75% of the first stage sampling units are matched with the consecutive visits. So basically they will visit a site 4 times. On the first site it will be a scheduled visit and the revisit will be also scheduled, but they will try that 75% of the data will match the first visit. Okay, this is an important statement because it is a kind of a condition that the data of the 3 visits should match the first visit. Okay, in percentage 75% should be the matching criteria. Now what are the sample size that were taken? At the all India level in the urban areas, a total of, number is not important, okay. So LFPR in urban areas increased from 47.9% in the last year to 49.3% in July-September 2023, and age criteria is 15 and above, okay. This is important because some of you will mark 18 if you are new to the labor force survey. There is increase in all the age and the areas. There is increase in male rate, that is from 73 to 73.8, 73.4 to 73.8. Female increased from 21 to 24. So there is a significant increase in female ratio. Work population ratio in urban areas also increased from 44 approximately to 46. Male increased from 68.6 to 69, and female increase is from 19 to 21. So as we have seen that there is only a minor increase in male population rate, and in female population ratio there is an increase of more than 1% in every area, okay. And unemployment rate for the persons of age 15 years and above decreased. Decrease is from 7.2% to 6.6% currently, and the unemployment rate for male population is 6% and for female it is 8.6%, okay. Ministry of Textiles to host 81st plenary meeting of the International Cotton Advisory Committee. So in such committee, the theme is important and what it is talking about. See, when a news comes in PIB, not just the news that you are looking is important, but every news related to it becomes very important. For example, you will remember the theme from here, that the event is happening after a gap of 8 years. This in itself makes it very important. Where the convention held? It was held in Mumbai at Geo World Convention Center. What is the aim or purpose of the convention? To serve as a platform for sharing innovations, benchmarks, good practices, experience across the globe on productivity, climate resilience, circularity for a vibrant cotton economy. See, now they are talking about cotton. With this, there is a linkage of many news. Why? Like Kasturi cotton becomes very important, the Khadi Commission becomes very important, BT cotton becomes very important, okay. So there is linkage of every news. For professional knowledge, you have to read about your subject in which you have done your graduation or you have done your post graduation. Like if you have done MCom, then commerce is your professional knowledge, okay. PIB is for general awareness. Anganwadi protocol for Divyang children at National Outreach Program in New Delhi. So under this news, it has been said that the Anganwadis will now help in Divyangs or person with disabilities, okay. There will be early screening of the children, that they will look up for the symptoms that are developed in children, or there can be a possibility of development. And apart from screening for early disability signs, it will also include the physical and intellectual disabilities. The Anganwadi workers would also provide help and support by including them in community events and referral support, okay. Next news. PM launches PM Mahila Kisan Drone Center and dedicates the historic 10,000 Jan Aushadhi Kendras. We have already covered this news, right? 10,000 Jan Aushadhi Kendras at AIIMS Deogarh. This news is important, place is important, okay. Nothing much. Bharat Coking Coal Limited starts commercial operation of 5 million tons per annum that MTPA Madhuban washery. So see, Why this is important? Because it becomes important for the economy. Why? The coking coal washery will serve as a catalyst for the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Why? The country will be able to supply more washed coking coal in the country itself. Okay, this is the kind of that it will be in production. It will wash more quantity of coking coal so that it can be supplied to steel plants. Okay, and the washery ensured that the supply consistent quality washed coking coal to the steel sector, facilitating efficient utilization of our limited coking coal reserves. Okay, through advanced washing process. This will reduce the outflow of foreign exchange through imports of coking coal. Index of 8 core industries, base is 2011-12, that is 100 for October 2023. There is an increase by 12.1%. Okay, in October 2023, if we compare with the last year. 8 industries including cement, coal, crude oil, electricity, fertilizer, natural gas, refinery products and steel. In a few exams they asked that which of the following is not among the 8 core industries. Okay, and 8 core industries comprise 40.27% of the weight of items included in the index. Only this rate is important. You have to remember the cumulative growth rate is 8.6 and cumulative index of only crude oil is decline. Other were at increase, but the index for crude oil is declined by 0.1%, so making it odd one out, so it becomes very important for that. Okay, abhi for professional knowledge, if professional knowledge is written in the notification, then you have to study that only. What is your subject knowledge? Like for CAs it will be accounting, for economics background it will be statistics, for commerce it will be commerce. Okay, delivery of ACTM barrage LSM 17 yard 127 third barrage of 11 ACTM. Okay, so this you have to remember that it is what in number, this is third in number, ammunition cum torpedo cum missile, ACTCM. Okay, this has been delivered to the Indian Navy in presence of Sri Shankar Mukherjee. Okay, where with all major auxiliary equipment system sourced from indigenous. So this becomes very important because it is indigenous, because maximum of the systems were indigenously manufactured, and it will make the vision of our honorable Prime Minister Make in India progress. Okay, and the MSME shipyard that has successfully delivered the 2 barrages, these are being built under the classification rules of Indian Registers of Shipping. Okay, you just have to remember the third ACTCM missile, and it is indigenously developed. Okay, simultaneous launch of Mahe, Malwan and Mangrol, first 3 ships of ASW SWC project. Okay, so Mahe, Malwan and Mangrol are the first 3 ships of 08 ASW shallow water craft project built by CSL Kochi. It is built by which company? That is important. And for which defense sector? That is important. It has been built by CSL for Indian Navy, and the ships were launched to the invocation from Atharva Veda. There can be a 1-mark question from this. From where they got the invocation? From Atharva Veda. Okay, the first shipment is planned to be delivered in 2024, and this is also indigenously developed because over 80% of the content is developed in India. Now again news for stubble burning. So there is a decrease in stubble burning. So recording of paddy straw burning events through a standard protocol. I have already told you that the protocol for stubble burning is developed by ISRO. Okay, this is important because there can be a question that the standard protocol for stubble burning is developed by which organization. So it is developed by ISRO. Okay, and is carried out on year-to-year basis. Paddy harvesting season 2023 now comes to an end, and there has been an effort for the current season to have been concluded towards paddy management. Over the last 3 years, incidences of paddy stubble burning have witnessed significant decrease in 2023 both for Punjab and Haryana. Okay, there is a 27% decrease in total fire counts in Punjab. You don't have to remember all the information here. Just remember the important crux of the news, that is in terms of district-wise performance of Punjab in this context. 4 districts, namely Muktsar, Gurdaspur, Hoshiarpur and Roopnagar, recorded more than 50% reduction. But on the contrary, while 5 districts, that is Bhatinda, Fazilka, Ludhiana, Tarn Taran and Patiala, recorded an improvement between 27 to 50% only. Okay. And these are the details of Haryana. You just have to remember that how much reduction is there and what are the important districts with the reduction. Okay, and what are the overall fire counts. SBM Govardhan Biogas Conference to be held. Aim is to accelerate the waste to wealth and circular economy. As I've already told you, circular economy means reusing the material, that is recycle, reuse and reduce. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is organizing the conference, okay, on 1st of December, and the conference is in partnership with GIZ Circular Waste Solution and UNIDO. Galvanizing Organic Bioagro produces the Govardhan is an umbrella initiative of Government of India which aims to convert the waste to wealth. And what is the target? India aims to achieve the net zero emission by 2070. This is repeatedly we all know. Okay, and as per budget 2023, 500 new waste to wealth plants will be set up under Govardhan. This statement is important. Okay, so with this news, the Govardhan schemes becomes important because in this PIB only 2 things are important. That is, what is the target that we have already know, that is 2070 for net emissions, and as per budget 500 new plants, waste to wealth plants will be set up under Govardhan scheme. So with this, every static details of the scheme becomes important. Okay. These will include 200 compressed biogas plant and 75 in urban and 300 community or cluster based plant. Okay, and the investment is 10,000 crore. Next is Ministry of Jal Shakti to organize Jal Litas Utsav at Shamsi Talab Jahaz Mahal in Mehrauli, Delhi. This is to raise the public consciousness about safeguarding the water heritage sites, creating a sense of ownership among masses as well as promote tourism and restoration. So purpose of this Jal Lihats Utsav is basically to spread the awareness that even the water heritage sites are very important, and it is not just the duty of the government but duty of the general public also to maintain cleanliness, and it is the duty of the masses to pay attention to such important sites so that it will also promote the tourism and it will also develop a sense of ownership among the masses. Okay. The grand event marks the culmination of Water Heritage Fortnight being celebrated in various districts. Okay. The purpose of this event is to highlight the centrality of water bodies as cherished spaces for community content. Okay. And under the chairmanship of Shri R.R. Mishra, there is in Nation's Heritage Water Structure, 75 natural water heritage structures all over the country as part of Azadi Ka Mahotsav are identified. Okay, so nothing much is important in this news. Consumer Price Index for Industrial Workers, basis 2016 100. The Labour Bureau and attached Office of Ministry of Labour and Employment came up with the Consumer Price Index for industrial workers every month. Okay, so they collected the data from 317 markets and the index is compiled for 88 centers. Now what is important in the data? The All India CPI industrial worker for 2023 increased by 0.9 points and stood at 138. Okay, and on 1 month percentage change, it is increased by 0.65% with respect to previous month. So only this much is important, and maximum upward pressure came from food and beverages. This statement is important, that maximum pressure is from food and beverages group, contributing 0.68% to the total change. And at the center level, Biswanath Charalia recorded a maximum increase of 4.8 points. Okay. Now the last news about estimates of GDP for the second quarter, that is from July to September. So the real GDP or GDP at constant price in Q2 is estimated to attain a level of 41.74 lakh crore. Okay. Nominal GDP is at 71.66 lakh crore, and GDP at constant price in April to September is estimated at 82.11. So you just have to remember the important GDP estimates, that is nominal, real and the overall level. And what are the indicators? There can be a question on indicators. So what are the indicators? Just read the indicators once, so that if by chance there is a question in any exam, you can at least identify that which one was not there in the news. So first is index of industrial production is there for GDP calculation. Financial performance of listed companies in the private corporate sector based on available quarterly financial results. Okay. First, advance estimate of crop production, production of livestock. You can also remember only the important points like livestock is there, production of fisheries is there, and production of crop is there, and consumption and production of cement, steel, net ton kilometers, passenger kilometers for railways, passenger and cargo traffic handled by civil aviation, cargo traffic handled at major and minor seaports, sales of commercial vehicles is also there, bank deposits, credits, accounts of central and state government, etc. Okay, just remember the important indicators so that you get an idea. Okay. Okay, so this was the last news. So I wind up here, and we will do in the next class the PIB from 1st to 5th. I will take 5 days PIB now, because PIB is getting lengthy for December, because various ministries are providing data and over the achievements of various schemes and progress report of various schemes. So it is very important to revise all the schemes that are present, especially in December, because it has been in PIB first, and second, this can be asked in exams. Okay. Okay, so I will see you in the next session. Thank you for attending the session. Okay.